Hello, Zach here with a clash of the Brazilian Titans on the Arabia map. In the blue trunks today, to the right, we have Feage playing as Aztecs. And over to the left of the map in purple, we have Wrath also playing as Aztecs today. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be a great game as these two guys are, arguably one of the top two Brazilian players out there at the moment. We've also got Dogao and a few others up there as well, but these two are definitely at the top of their game right now, and we should see some top class play from these guys. VH, of course, with a 2.3k rated nickname and a 2 to 1 win to loss ratio, he's really got a good record at the moment going for him. And he is from the Brazilian team Slipknot, and he's actually the founder of Slipknot. So you might see him around wearing his Slipknot clan tag, and he is indeed the founder of that team. Pretty interesting stuff. And since WCL 7, he's not really been playing many 1v1s, unfortunately. So this is nice to see a 1v1 from him. We don't see that very often, and it's very enjoyable to see a 1v1 from Feage because since WCL 7, he's really just been playing team games, and you can tune into his stream over at Twitch TV/Feage, and you will see him actually playing multiple team games over there, and I absolutely love this. He knows he's up against Wrath, and he knows he's going to be in for a hard time, so he's going to lure this boar away with his Eagle Warrior. Very cheeky move there, and Wrath is going to be out of 340 extra food, and Feage is going to gain a massive early game advantage here, so this is pretty huge from Feage, and hopefully he's going to use this boar to great advantage and really power the pressure onto Wrath. Wrath is going to be so far behind getting into the feudal age now because Feage has done this, and especially if Feage can get this back to his town centre and to the safety of his base, he'll have 3 whole boars together from early game, which is so good for him. What a good start for Feage. I know it's a little bit cheesy to do that, and usually players don't like to steal each other's boars because it's not a very nice thing. And Wrath obviously there just trying to stop that boar from being lured back to Feage's base, but Feage just about managing to keep the boar going, and Wrath is trying to block it. Is he going to manage to do this? He's going to at least try and kill it or something, but no. VH secures the boar, and there we go. An extra 340 free food for VH. And we'll be able to see how much of a hard time Wrath does have over here, because he's obviously going to be so much out of food right now. He's going to have to get extra farms out. He might even have to move over to deer, which indeed he is doing. So that's put Wrath behind big time early game, and Feage really looks to be in a nice position now. If he can use this to his advantage, this 300 odd extra food, he could really start putting the pressure onto Wrath, and Wrath could be in a really tough spot. And I think Feage has done that because he knows Wrath's record right now. Wrath also 2.3k rated, and he's got a pretty good reputation for Aztec Wars at the moment. He's already beat Dogao and Viper recently, and he's arguably one of the best Brazilians playing at the moment. So VH knows he might be in for a hard time, and he wants to make this, take this advantage to gain whatever advantage he can, and even luring the boar away there. Pretty cheeky, if I have to say so myself, because yeah, luring the boar isn't away from your opponent isn't a very nice thing to do, and people get a bit annoyed if they do that. VH is going to use this little food advantage to go for a drush. Not probably expecting that Wrath has already got some militia of his own out, and he's probably going to be in for a shock there, because he probably thinks Wrath is not going to get any militia. He wants to get to the feudal age, and he's lost out on some food. So let's see what VH does here with these militia. That was pretty huge anyway. Feage off to a great start. That extra food boost means that he's probably, yeah. Oh no, hang on. He's going to be advancing up pretty soon. He's took this opportunity to get some extra villagers out actually as well. And so Feage is going to be looking to advance now. And as you can see, Wrath really far behind. Only 100 food, and he's got 400 to go. So Feage has got a nice advantage here. And if he can use it to his favour, then Feage could be in with a shout of winning this. Really nice start. So I think I've given a good introduction to these players. Wrath, 360 wins to 275 losses on this nickname, and obviously these guys have played well over thousands of games each in their time. So I'm just giving you the stats for their main nicknames there, and as we can see, Wrath now pretty heavily into farms in comparison to Feage. Feage only on 2, Wrath on what's that, 6 farms there. So that's an extra lot of wood that Wrath's had to invest early game, which he really couldn't have done with. So that boar lure really probably threw Wrath off guard, and Wrath probably wasn't expecting to deal with that so early on. Coming around the back with these militia though, see if he can actually do some damage to Feage here while he can. And while he's doing a little bit of harassment, we should probably look at the maps for these players. Feage hasn't got a particularly great map. It's probably going to be easy to wall this off and this area here, so easy to wall off the bottom. However, his gold is out front, but again, fairly easy to wall off. However, this back area is going to be slightly harder to wall, and Wrath could use that to his advantage to get some harassment coming in from this area. However, it looks to me like Feage is going to be able to do the most harassment here, as Wrath is so open at the front. As you can see, this really long palisade here, just to get some security to Wrath's base. Wrath obviously going to be hard pressed to wall this off thoroughly with buildings, so these palisades are pretty much necessity. However, Wrath does have back gold. Unfortunately, it's against the edge of the map, so he's not going to be able to get full efficiency from this. Although his second gold is also to the back, and again, going to be really easy to wall off. Even his third gold is going to be really easy to secure, as it's actually causing the wall off itself. So Wrath finally heading up to the Feudal Age, but bear in mind now, Feage is already into Feudal, and he is going to be chasing away Wrath as best he can. He's got 3 men-at-arms there chasing away these militia, and he's going to try and do some harassment over at Wrath's base. Wrath with this good wall off though, and Feage could waste some time trying to get through here, and Wrath would be very well prepared. And I think I've shown you these kind of wall-offs before, where the idea is to make a funnel towards your town centre. So as you can see, villagers are able to garrison in there, and Feage is going to take quite a big hit from this town centre. Now Wrath with a really quick wall-off again with houses, and now Feage is going to be trapped, and Feage is pretty much trapped here, going to be funneled into this area, can't get through, and the whole time going to be taking arrow fire from this town centre, losing way more men-at-arms than really necessary there. Even very close. Almost lost an extra 2 there. So a pretty much fruitless encounter for Feage. And as you can see, Wrath deleting these houses pretty much straight away. They're pretty much useless at the moment. And Feage pretty much wasting time there. If I were Feage, I would already have the pressure piling on. He should really have archers harassing Wrath by now. And Wrath obviously now into the Castle Age, the Feudal Age, and able to get up some archery ranges of its own. I think Feage really losing this advantage here, and didn't play that as well as he probably could have done. Instead of upgrading to man-at-arms, although he had a few militia out, and I suppose man-at-arms makes sense, he probably should have gone for archers a bit sooner instead of the man-at-arms, because they've been pretty ineffective right now. Wrath then, 2 archery ranges going up, and Feage has already got his on the way, and he is currently going for archers and more archers. So, yeah, he's pretty well secured with this archery range, this gold pile here. A blacksmith going up on this area right here, and yeah, looking pretty much walled in and secure. Now, I'm interested to see what Wrath's going to do. Obviously, he's had a really bad start due to losing that boar, and looking at his resources, I'm guessing that he's going to go for a kind of semi-fast castle here. He's producing archers, which makes sense, as he does need some kind of defense. I'm a poet and I don't know it. And yeah, he's going to be producing... Actually, that's interesting. Feage got through there. So that gold isn't actually providing a full wall off like I thought it was. So Wrath isn't fully walled off, but he has got this palisade back here, so he's looking in a nice position right now. So Wrath looks to me like he's going to go for a kind of fast castle, and it wouldn't surprise me if he does do that, because the fastest way to get back at Feage now is to just defend, because Feage hasn't really brought in much harassment or much attacks, so Wrath hasn't lost a lot of economy. I'd say that Wrath, although put behind a little bit by the fact that he lost the boar at the start, I'd say that Feage is going to be slightly behind in economy now, and Wrath is looking to go fast-ish castle, 800 food, 200 gold, going to be advancing up right now to the castle age, there we go, and I don't know what he's going to do when he gets to the castle age. He could go crossbow, he could go, yeah, crossbow looks like the likely option, as he's got the archers already, and Obviously, we know that Aztecs and Mayans have good archer units. See what he does at the blacksmith to get more of an idea. Now, Feage has already got +1 on his archers, and interestingly enough, Wrath hasn't actually got any +1s on his archers yet. So let's see what he goes for at the barracks to get a better idea of what he's going to do. Feage trying to break through this wall, but Feage has not really done any harassment whatsoever so far. He's not really got much harassment done at all, and Wrath able to defend this with pretty much no problems whatsoever. So kind of interesting to see why Feage isn't really doing any harassment. I would expect him to be doing more than this by now. Feage, though, has completed his wall off, and it looks like, to me like Wrath has already got, yeah, he's got fletching, and so he could be going for crossbow once he gets to the castle age. Going to be interesting to see what he does go for. He's already building up an army of archers, so fletching on the way, well, fletching already done, and wouldn't surprise me if he goes for crossbow overall. Not really sure what Feage is doing. He's got some kind of army here. Not really a great amount, though. Looks like Wrath is going to be able to hold this off. He's probably outnumbering him in archers, although he's got no skirmishers in the mix just yet. Over at Feage's base, again, not a great amount going on. Advancing to the castle age, he's interpreted what Wrath is going to do, and obviously Wrath's score didn't jump up when he was building military that much, so again, pretty good reading of the game there. Feage deciding to go castle as well, and Wrath slightly far ahead here with the castle age upgrade. Looks to me like Wrath is going to go castle first, and here we go, forcing Feage away from his base. Now, what is Wrath going to do? Crossbowman indeed on the way up, and looking at his lumberjacks, he's got 11 lumberjacks, 13 miners, 10 farmers, so he's not really looking at one particular strategy right now, it seems. He's pretty spread out over all resources. Looking over at Feage, though, he's got a lot more lumberjacks than he does anything else, and he's actually got quite a lot of food on the way as well. So looks like Feage could be looking to boom once he gets to the castle age at any rate. So I'm going to be interested to see what he does. Wrath, with the crossbowman upgrade, he's going to have this advantage over Feage now. So Feage forced to retreat for the time being. Feage on 3 archery ranges, Wrath on 2. So Wrath's not going to have such a good what's it called? Production rate. That's the one I was looking for. He's not going to have such a good production rate, but he has got this technological advantage for the time being. These crossbowmen with +2, so he's researched the bodkin arrow, and he's got the crossbowman upgrade as well. Horse collar just being completed there as well for Wrath, so he's going to be looking to preserve wood where he can, and that suggests to me that he could be going even more into crossbowmen. Siege Workshop going up here for Wrath makes good sense. If you can get some Manganels out and take out these Archer Skirmisher combination, that would be good if Wrath can actually get this up. Looks like Feage has intercepted this as Wrath is trying to find a way round into Feage's base. I'm sorry, Feage. I'm sorry, Wrath, even. You're not getting in. There is nothing, no way in at all. Nothing in Feage's wall that is going to let you in, and Wrath not managing to get this Siege Workshop up, unfortunately, so his pressure is going to be slightly reduced now, as he's not going to be able to get a Manganel out for a little while until he gets another Siege Workshop up, or he finishes this one. And of course, Feage trying to take out that villager there to prevent more of a forward base from being created. Wrath running away, as Feage does have crossbowmen with bodkin arrow and archer armor, and these guys are pretty much neck and neck research-wise. Wrath continuing then with his crossbowman push and going up with a town centre back here as well. Nice positioning on that. It's blocking this area here, so nicely well protected from Feage trying to do any raids, for instance. And it's close to gold and wood. Any more upgrades coming on the way for Wrath? I don't know. I just missed it. He just got wheelbarrow, so that's actually unusual. Usually it's a good idea to get a wheelbarrow before you got to the castle age, but I guess Wrath was trying to get a technological advantage and use that to his advantage to try and take out Feage there. But I'm not really sure exactly what Feage is going to do to combat this. It looks like Wrath is slowly catching up, and Feage hasn't managed to do that much damage so far. So again, interesting to see where it goes, because there's no real hint from these players what they're going to be going into very heavily just yet. Looks like Feage has got an army advantage, and again, Wrath managing to do some more harassment, whereas Feage really hasn't had any harassment coming in at all. Siege Workshop going up then, so Manganel to be expected on the way, and indeed there it is, Manganel coming out for Wrath. And that Manganel, if used correctly and if microed well, will be able to do so much damage to Feage. Feage doesn't actually have a Siege Workshop of his own yet, so it looks to me like Wrath could be in with a good shout here if he manages to micro this Manganel to his best ability. Unfortunately, not replenishing these farms as quickly as he should, finally getting onto that there, and this Manganel just about to come out. Let's see what damage he can do with this. VH is probably going to focus fire it once he realizes it's there. And important to note, when you're using a Manganel, if you attack ground, you often do a lot better with it because you can actually take into consideration the fact that these guys are moving. VH a little bit late with the split there, losing quite a few archers and elite skirmishers. So Wrath with a good attack with this Manganel, and VH is not going to be able to do a great amount against the Manganel as he's not got a Manganel of his own. Manganels are pretty weak against where are they? Against Eagle Warriors, though. Although Feage doesn't have any Eagle Warriors, so looks to me like this Manganel could be wreaking a lot of havoc for Wrath. And if he can use it well and micro it well enough, like he is doing, he's just taken out pretty much the whole of Feage's army there with one Manganel. And again, more pressure coming in from the Manganel. Feage trying to use the split just to make sure he doesn't lose more men than is necessary. And I'd say Wrath is catching up right here. His score has closed in the gap, and Feage did not use his early game advantage to his best ability. So Feage is looking to be caught up with now, and Wrath with a second Manganel out, and I don't really know what he's going to do right now. He's getting pretty high in the gold and food count, and it looks to me like he's just kind of camping on his hill and waiting for Feage to make the moves and call the shots. And it doesn't look like Feage is getting ready to attack anytime soon. He doesn't have a massive army at all, at any rate, although he is pumping out these not skirmishers, pumping out these crossbowmen at a pretty fast rate with the 3 whole archery ranges right there. Wrath only on 2 still, and I'm interested to see what Wrath's doing here. He's got quite a lot of gold right now, and it looks to me like he could be looking to advance up to the Imperial Age pretty quickly. And this is interesting because usually we see Feudal Age battles lasting for ages, Castle Age battles lasting for ages, and these guys never tend to get up to the Imperial Age all that often. It does look, however, that Wrath is going to be going for the Imperial Age attack, and there we go, with a market there, and indeed a monastery. So it does look to me like Wrath is going to go Imperial. He's got plenty of gold, and he just needs 200 extra food. Whether he's going to sell off some or buy some food at the market, I'm not sure. Looks to me like he's going to be able to get to 1,000 food pretty quickly. And Wrath doing a really good job, actually. He's repelled Feage for most of the game, but just by camping around, and he's not even applied that much pressure. It does look like Wrath is going to be able to hold Feage off for the time being, though. Those 2 Manganels are going to be pretty deadly, and Feage not really answering with a Manganel of his own. A couple of Eagle Warriors, though, so maybe he's looking to deal with the Manganels with those. And Wrath up to the Imperial Age, and going up with the barracks there. So up to the Imperial Age, he's got a choice really now. He could go for Arbalest and improve his crossbowmen so that he has a more formidable archer force, or he could go for Eagle Warriors and mass them. And he's got a hell of a lot of gold, so whatever he decides to do, it's going to be pretty deadly because he's got a lot of gold to fund this. And is he getting any upgrades or anything at all at the moment? It doesn't look like he is. So see what Wrath does here, because it could go either way. He's getting up... yeah, okay. He's got up a couple of barracks, so looks to me like he's going to go Eagle Warrior. Let's have a look at his economy stats here. Yeah, he's got quite a lot of farmers and a lot of miners, so it would seem to me that Wrath is going to go for Eagle Warriors, and he is indeed producing a couple. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, he's definitely going Eagle Warrior. He's getting the scale mail upgrade at the blacksmith, which is going to give his Eagle Warriors, as you see, +1 defense. And if he gets any more upgrades at the blacksmith, then he's definitely going to go Eagle. And yeah, he is. He's producing Eagle Warriors from 2 stable blacksmiths. Why do I say blacksmith instead of barracks? I don't know. He's getting Eagle Warriors from 2 barracks already, the 3rd one going up, and it looks to me like Wrath is going to go Eagle Warrior. Pretty interesting move to make, but look at his score. He's so far behind in score right now. Feage is kind of booming his economy a little bit. He's only on, yeah, there we go. He is on 3 town centers now, actually. So 3 town centers to 2, and Wrath is looking to go a kind of fast Imperial. Feage not going Imperial yet at all, and he probably is not expecting Wrath to go Imperial so soon, although he probably does assume that he's up by now, as he's not really seen any military from Wrath at all. Feage picking up a relic there, somewhere, I'm not sure where, there it is, picking up a relic. Good to get the relics while you can, as they do give you a lot of extra gold. And as you can see here, Wrath absolutely decimating Feage on this little slope. Those Manganels, so useful for Wrath. He's managed to take out so many of Feage's units, and there we go, up to the Imperial Age, just as Feage clicks the advance button. Chainmail armor on the way up, so looking for +2 on these Eagle Warriors, and also with the Elite Eagle Warrior tech upgrade as well. So there's 3 barracks pumping out Eagle Warriors, the Chainmail +2 armor upgrade on the way, and it looks like Wrath is going to roll out here. It looks like he's just going to go for it. Running across the map with these Eagle Warriors, by the time he gets to Feage's base, they should be about Elite Eagle Warrior, and as we know, Elite Eagle Warrior is pretty formidable. As you can see, 50 HP, 4 attack, and now we're up to 60 HP, 9 attack, and yeah, look at that, 6 pierce armor, +2 already completed, and is he going to go for +3 already? It doesn't look like he's there just yet. Manganel is not going to be able to do anything now against Eagle Warriors, and there we go. So Wrath just suddenly, out of the blue, from nowhere, massed this army of Eagle Warriors, Elite Eagle Warriors, upgrade completed, and he is now taking a huge advantage. Look at the massive score jump from that, as he created those Eagle Warriors, and plate mail armor on the way up, so he's going to get very defensive about this. Now, really great raiding unit, as they can take a pretty good pounding from town centers. Going to be able to raid this gold. Feage is forced into his town center. Going to lose a few villages here to these Eagle Warriors, and Wrath out of nowhere, just streaming across the map now, and Feage is totally caught off guard. Feage is not into the Imperial Age just yet. He's on his way up, and there's no amazing counter to Eagle Warriors. He needs to get out lots of crossbowmen, or he needs to go Eagle Warriors of his own. As you can see, this mess right here, going Eagle Warriors of his own, and Feage with a lot of food right now. So we can afford to get quite a lot of Eagle Warriors, but they won't be upgraded as much as Wrath's are. And Wrath just sat pretty on his hill, guarded himself from Feage's attacks, and now we've got this massive push from Wrath, really out of nowhere, and taking a score lead back from Feage and saying, you know what, you stole my boar, I want revenge. And that is exactly what he's getting. He's right round into Feage's base. Feage unsuccessful with his warlock, and these Eagle Warriors are going to do so much damage. The Manganel is coming in as well, and it looks to me like Wrath has really just suddenly piled the pressure on, and he's going to be able to do so much harassment. This wood up here, totally exposed, going to lose 4 villagers right there. And this is massive from Wrath, really big push. And Feage was not expecting this at all. As you can see, Elite Eagle Warriors, 9 attack there, really powerful. And they are able to take out villagers so quickly. As you can see, villagers falling left, right, and center. Feage, of course, trying to get his own Eagle Warriors out, but it's too late. He's given up, and it's a good game. And really, I was surprised at that. I thought Feage would have won that game with that early boar lure away from Wrath, taking such a massive early game advantage, and he just did not hang on to that advantage at all. Wrath really unexpected there, up to the Imperial Age, and a massive Eagle Warrior push. As we can see, he only did that from 2 town centers as well, so really unexpected from Wrath, and pretty damn impressive as well. So Wrath does go on to be the reigning champion for the Aztec War, beating Dogao, Viper, and now Feage, and it looks to me like Wrath really took that game in his stride. So thank you very much for watching. I've been Zach, and I will see you next time.